What is happening, guys? Mike here, welcome back to the channel for an all-new product review. Today we are getting an exclusive look at the newest drop from Flagship, which is something I am super excited about because these guys have really been bringing the heat lately with these new drops, and I really think that this one might be the most exciting one yet coming from this line. Alright guys, once again, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me here today. I am very pumped for this review. I actually really enjoy getting an early look at new products. I love seeing the new things that brewers are coming out with these days, a lot of things that they're doing that's different. It's a very exciting time to be a reviewer right now with all the advancements that are hitting the homebrewing community right now. But before we get started talking about this product and all the stuff that I'm sure you're excited about as well, I do want to take a quick second and recognize one of you subscribers in today's subscriber spotlight. Today the spotlight is on Danny Liu and his modern quiff done all the way up with the killer combo of Anti-Gravity as a pre-styler and Cavalier Clay by Vilain as a post-styler. Man, that combo looks awesome. I'm totally gonna have to try that out sometime. I never even thought of that, but it sounds fantastic. So big thanks to Danny for that submission. And if you guys wanna be featured in a future video, instructions on how to do that are in the description there for you. And if you guys actually wanna check out those products for yourselves, I actually have coupon codes for both of those products at their home site, the Lockhart and Vilain sites. And then both products can actually be found at the Slikhaar shop as well for you guys, that wanna buy them together or maybe are outside the US or something. So go ahead and check the description. I actually put all my discount codes in every video, and I hope that helps out and saves you some money. Now though, let's talk Flagship. The Cream Pomade here is a new addition to their Streamline brand of products. And I was asked recently what exactly this means, which is a good question. It is super easy to understand though. The Streamline product line, as I've been told by Wade, their brewer and owner, is an addition to the Flagship brand that is designed with salon style products in mind, which, to break that down even further, basically means that each product is designed for ease of use or to give off really great and easy style. So whether you're a barber looking to give a client a great style after a fresh cut, or you're just a regular Joe like me looking to use something that will respond quickly and efficiently in your hair, these are designed to do that. Each product is specifically designed for a specific function. And to answer another question, currently every product, including this one, besides the traditional pomade, is still made in-house by hand. So this is just the newest addition to that product line. And hopefully that answers that question for you. And as you can see from my title of this video, this product has a lot to offer. I found it to be extremely versatile. In my opinion, it's actually the most versatile product that Flagship has actually released thus far. I've been testing this product seriously for the past 14 days, so I can give you guys the best look possible before the drop this Friday. And in that 14 days, I've collected a lot of things to show you guys in this video, so we got a lot to cover, and it all starts with a closer look and some specs. Coming across my desk today is the newest release from Flagship, the Cream Pomade. According to the brand, the Cream Pomade is designed specifically to be effective in many style-related situations. The goal for this product was versatility. It was designed to create slick styles, neat styles, textured styles, really anything and everything you want out of a pomade. To do that, it offers a water-soluble formula equipped with a high hold and matte to natural finish with a smooth tea tree and mint scent. It also comes in a really nicely designed 4-ounce jar and label and sells for $19 US. Looking inside the jar here, we get our first look at the product, and here on the channel we've seen everything from lotion-like creams to creamy type creams to soft and creamy creams. We've just seen a ton of creams, but here we have a new cream to add to the cream club, and that's a dense cream. It really is kind of peculiar. It's somewhat thick, but still soft and creamy, and actually somewhat damp feeling. Curiously enough, too, it's not all that sticky either until it's applied to the hair. So during my time testing this product, I actually came up with 3 total methods of styling. 3 ways that I thought both showed off the product's ability to be versatile and gave you guys a closer feel of this product versus just a singular styling method. Usually when I test products, I demo 1 or 2 methods based on what I think is best or what I think you guys need to see to get a feel of the product and give you guys a full, well-rounded review. This one though is so versatile that I think doing that or just, showing 1 or 2 things would be a huge disservice to the product, and it would actually not give you guys a full, well-rounded picture. So I'm just gonna go all in and show you guys all 3, and first up is 3 scoops on dry hair. I obviously chose this because I do everything on dry hair. I love this method of styling, and this here is no different. And the first thing I can tell you is the product is really nice in the application because it's still soft and slick even though it's a little dense, so it goes through the hair fairly easy. It is somewhat dry in this stage, so some resistance will form as you add in more product, but overall I'm not having a hard time adding in these 3 scoops at all. And now that they're applied, you can also really see the pomade take over my hair there, so it actually doesn't even look fully dry anymore. The hair's been fully tamed down by the pomade. Using the brush here is of course the next step. This is the 9-row brush from Vilain, and it works perfectly here. It doesn't get caught up in the hair, it doesn't tug, it slicks it right back and starts the shaping process. I think overall that method worked fairly well. I think the styling was a bit tough though, if I'm being honest. It kind of seemed like the product fought back against me just a little bit, and getting volume was obviously a bit hard, as you could see from the demo footage itself. And we'll talk more about that later though, because real quick, we do need to check back in with this style and see how it held up throughout the day. At 4 hours in, I think the biggest change we can observe is some deflating in the style and maybe a bit of loosening in the front there. Overall, it's still holding up, but I can see some small differences there. At 8 hours in, I think this is even more evident, and you can really see that it's lost more volume, but it's still not falling down, which is a solid plus. Testing the restyle here, we can actually also get a bit of that volume back, which I thought was really nice. Moving right along here though, the next demo I decided to check out was damp hair. This is mostly done for you guys, as you know I don't prefer damp hair styling. But again, this is not about me, this is about giving you guys the best well-rounded look at this pomade that I can offer you. So here's what I found with 3 scoops on damp hair. To be honest here, I actually almost used 4 scoops here in this demo, but after 3, I kind of thought, well, I better not go that far because it was getting very sticky at this point, but it was still actually working out very well. If I'm being totally honest, I actually think in this method I was able to style a bit quicker, and the amount of volume I did get, being as this was damp hair, was quite impressive. So I think it's very safe to say that damp hair styling on this one worked very well. Now you guys know from past videos, damp hair styling's not usually my bag, but if I'm being honest here, I think it worked very well and actually continued to work very well throughout the day. I of course documented an 8-hour period of endurance so I could give you guys a closer look here, and at 4 hours in, I think for the most part it looks very similar to the final style. There is a bit of movement there in the front, but overall it's just fine. The only complaint that I have here is that it hardened up quite a bit, but that's a given being as it was damp hair styled. At 8 hours in, I think it looks pretty much the exact same, which I think is awesome, but just to test the restyle here, I am hitting it with the comb there, and as you can plainly see, it's styling back up almost better than before. You know what? I just gotta give credit where it's due here, and damp hair styling was really nice on this one. The only thing that I didn't care for really was that hardening, but again, that happens with pretty much every product that's styled on damp hair and allowed to air dry. I did, of course, though, experiment a little bit, being as I tested this one out for 2 weeks. I wanted to just see how versatile this one exactly was, and so I looked at the dry hair test again, and I experimented with using less or more product. Using more obviously didn't, give me the results I wanted, so I started looking at using less to create different looks. And what I found with actually using only 1 scoop on dry hair instead of 3 was that I got this result right here, which is a nice high volume look that's even got a bit of texture in there. It's also got a really nice and soft presence in the hair, and overall a style that I think looks really awesome. Now, really, I thought that style looked great. It pretty much was perfect for me, actually, but to be totally honest with you guys, when I did that method, I ran into a little bit of an endurance issue. It did kind of start to lose volume fairly quickly, unless I went back, started it over, and used a pre-styler of some sort to help it along, help it give it a little bit of endurance, give it a little bit of extra hold to keep it going. I do think though that it had a lot to do with my hair type. I have thick, heavy hair, and I think folks with thin hair or even straight hair are probably going to get a more intense hold out of this, which actually brings me to my next point. Here on the label, it says a high hold, but if you look at the website, Flagship does say that that translates into a firm hold, and I think that that's absolutely correct. I think it's a very accurate description of this one. I think firm is definitely what I got in my hair, but I do think again that you guys with thinner or straighter hair are going to see an increase in that hold because your hair is not as heavy as mine, so I think you will get on the higher end of that firm hold spectrum, maybe even into the high hold area. For the shine too, I think for me it actually had a bit more shine than the natural level that this one says it has. As you saw in the demos, with the exception of the third one of course, where I only used one scoop, I think it was pretty much natural there, but at 3 scoops in the first demo, I think the shine was around the light shine, almost going into medium level instead of course being natural, which is actually something that I prefer anyway. I don't usually like to use products with a lot of shine. I think this actually has right around the perfect amount of shine for me. Moving on though to the washout, this one does not wash out with water. I can plainly tell you that. I tested it a bajillion times on the washout. What happens after you rinse it is you can actually feel a bit still in your hair. It kind of gives you a tacky feeling after rinsing, but actually one round of shampoo pulls it right out, so I still don't think that's a problem. And that brings me now to the scent, which I really love. The scent, you guys know that I have a scent allergy, so a lot of Flagship products in the past have been way too aggressive for my nose, but I think this one is done very well. You can get a little bit of the tea tree, you can get a little bit of the mint, it mixes really smooth. It's not overly aggressive, it's just a well-balanced and smooth scent. And lastly, I guess we have to talk about comparisons. You guys know that I hate comparisons. I think people rely on them way too much and they hardly ever make sense, and I just think they are really dumb. But again, I'm not here for me, I'm here for you guys. So I thought real quick we would close out this review with a comparison speed round. First up, we got Moon Paste, and I'll tell you the truth, this one doesn't hardly compare at all. The Cream Pomade has more hold and more overall presence in the hair, but if we swap this one out for the firm version, the hold is a bit more comparable, except the Cream Pomade scoops out much easier, and I think it actually has a firm hold where the Moon Paste is just thick. Moving over now to the Grey Ghost from Sheer Revival, the biggest differences here are in the consistency and breakdown of the two products. The Cream Pomade is more dense, and that translates into more actual presence in the hold than the Grey Ghost. And I'll go ahead and just tell you I like the Cream Pomade from Flagship a little bit better, strictly based on the fact that it has a little bit more hold and it doesn't harden up in the hair at all when styling on dry hair. Last up, we got the Cream Pomade from Grim Grease. This one has a much creamier consistency and is much drier in the hair than the Flagship Cream Pomade. I do think though that based on volume and styles produced, it might actually work a little bit better than the Cream Pomade. To be fair though, I think the styles produced between the two products do look a bit different, which in my opinion renders the two products uncomparable, but that's usually the nature of comparisons, and that's what I got. And that's pretty much it. I really hope that that helps you guys out with your questions, and as always, you are able to go back and watch past reviews and use that to get more info on any product you're curious about, and really that goes a lot further than a comparison question. If you would though like to check out the Cream Pomade from Flagship, it will be available this Friday, October 26th at their website, which will of course be linked in the description for those of you who might be interested. If you did too enjoy this review, make sure you drop me a like and a comment, and if you want to see more from the channel, that subscribe button down there is the best way to make sure that happens. But that is it though for today's episode. I want to thank you so much for stopping by the channel today and checking out this video. I will of course be back with you guys with another review here in a couple of days. So until then, take it easy. I'll see you next time.